is blackseriesedition.com. Our second company is Crystal Onyx Technology Screens. So I am in one of my other screen paint accounts. Screen paint, we first started developing black technology. We're actually on that path. We started with the D5K, D6K, and then we transferred over to our company under Digital 4K, Crystal Onyx. This is right about the time we were contracted overseas with that global contract under Digital and Crystal Screen Paint in order to get out of a 10-year contract that we got locked into. Because again, these people decided to try to steal my company. I had to basically get out of the contract by actually designing a whole new company under Digital 4K Crystal Onyx. So this company was the beginning of our black technology, and also too, right around the time where we bumped into screen innovation on that end. So right now, we are blessed because, as I said before, we got a major distributor that's very interested in pushing our products out there on the level of Diamond, on the level of Elite Screens, on their level, on that distributorship level. But we have to get a few things together first before we can do all that. We have to get safety material data sheets, which we're definitely going to need to make sure our paperwork is locked in quite nicely. And the containers have to look very professional, which they need barcodes and all that stuff. I have a friend of mine who does that barcode system and all that stuff. He's actually designing our barcodes for our cans. This is Digital 4K Crystal Onyx. These are the cans that came with this product. I'm going in and looking at and see how the design was, so when we make ours. See how it's right to edge. It fits the can perfectly, and that's what we want to do.
These are the cans. You guys could go look at them. Now, 1 quart is going to be about $550. 2 quarts is going to be $756. When you consider the fact that a black diamond screen is going to cost you $5,000 just for a 100-inch screen. One of these quarts will paint up to a 150-inch screen, 16 by 10 widescreen. You got to admit, that is an amazing deal. All right, so right now this paint is available on our website. I know we did a date for the 27th of April, but some things changed and we're able to launch the paint a lot earlier. So there's your paint right there. So here we're going to remove.
So you heard me in the video. That paint sold for $700 for every 2 quarts. And we made about $500 for 1 quart of that technology because it was the first black screen paint of its kind that launched. No one else had it. Only we had it. Now the technology we have right now, it's far more advanced than this technology, which is a lot more reasonable price for our customers. But we're going to have, well, I can't talk about that right there because that's going to involve an NDA, but we'll just leave that for another time. But anyway, so yeah.
The can in front of the projector screen. There you go. Now, if you look at it, look at the colors on this. The colors on this paint is absolutely amazing. And when you come to your contrast levels, nothing projects contrast levels better than a black surface.
Now, what I can see from my previous black technology back then didn't have heightener technology, which means it's darker here than what we have now. Our technology is far more brighter than this. But for the beginning time when this technology was launching, it was actually a great improvement. And this behind it. That shows you how far my black technology goes back. It goes back quite far. Matter of fact, it goes back so far that, again, as I said before, those individuals didn't even exist. We've been around for a bit.
Greens, how beautiful the greens are.
There was no such thing as a black screen until we came up.
I said this paint is absolutely amazing. It is amazing.
I wanted to go back and see my labels because we got a graphic designer coming in to design our labels now.
They think that, okay, so how does this work? How are you going to get colors? How are you going to get bright white images? How are you going to get anything to come off a black screen. Now, mostly people will use either white. They'll come over here for a minute. They can use well.
See the color of that screen sitting behind there? That is before products that today people have made of gray, dark grays. We had them first. We have videos. You go and type in the 4K Crystal Onyx. It has about 60, 70 beta tester demonstrations underneath that product, including customer demonstrations. And that's right around the time you'll see on the email that Diamond contacted us talking about the potential product we have has potential.
So how does this work? How are you going to get colors?
You don't have a track record like this.
Images. How are you going to get as well? This is the dark gray. This is our D4K dark silver. But you've seen the screen colors in this color right.
Dark silver. That's why I said if you go back and you check on my other accounts on the Digital One, you can see we had global contracts attached to us. Gray screen paints today, I don't even have global contracts. You don't see any videos of your products being displayed overseas, nothing like that at all, period. It shows you basically just, I don't know, your products just don't work. You didn't have enough testing.
Here, the difference between this paint has the Crystal Onyx technology gain in it, so it's a lot different than what you will see in your average.
I was going back to see the labels because these are labels. I want to get an idea of how we're going to do the new ones.
It's going to cost you $5,000 just for 100 inch screen.
Now you notice in there I mentioned Black Diamond. Didn't mention the other ones because again didn't exist. We were testing against Diamond technology at that time. And that's where we ended up on the road to that dark technology right there. That's what got us started. Diamond's one actually triggered all this into effect because when I first bought that sample sheet home, yeah, that changed a lot of things for me. That's why I keep telling them, oh, other products, you're obsolete. You're so obsolete, it's not even funny. So why? Right now, on my desk, I'm not going to show you, I got a company right now, major chain company, tied to Projector Central, affiliated with Diamond Technology, affiliated with Elite Screens, Goose Screen, big time chain. Basically said if we can back our products up, if our products do what they say to do, they'll back us, they'll support us. On top of that, with the contracts already, I'll be landing in the next states, we'll be plastered everywhere down there with no problem. Window technology will be kicking in 2 months after that. And then we'll be in just about every Windows storefront we can get our hands on. Now, basically what they required from me was they wanted, let me see, what was the requirements of going through a huge chain. There's safety material data sheets. How much can we produce per month, which ain't going to be a problem since I'm getting warehouse space and the machinery to produce, but not a problem. 80 gallon, we can do 80 quarts an hour with that machine. So it wouldn't be a problem. Wholesale pricing and volume and stuff like that. That's what we need from them. That's pretty much easy to do. Now it's just researching to see where my labels need to be at. I like these labels right here, but I'm not going to do the same. They're going to be different, but I just want to get an idea.
Here's the cans. This is what the paint is coming in. Wait. Let me bring this over a little more. Kind of rushed out a bit, didn't I? Go. These are the cans. You guys get a good look at them. Now, 1 quart is going to be about $550. 2 quarts is going to be $756. When you consider the fact that a Black Diamond screen is going to cost you $5,000 just for a 100-inch screen. One of these quarts will paint up to a 150-inch screen, 16 by 10 widescreen. You got to admit, that is an amazing deal. All right, so right now this paint is available on our website. I know we did a date for the 27th of April, but some things changed and we're able to launch the paint a lot earlier. So there's your paint right there. So here we're going to remove the can in front of the projector screen. There you go. Now if you look at it, look at the colors on this. The colors on this paint is absolutely amazing. And when you come to your contrast level,
this is a test under Onyx technology. These are all majority beta testers that were testing our products out on 4K Onyx Crystal. Oh, this goes way back. These are all beta testers. So you have to understand, fellows, I got multiple companies, and in these multiple companies, I got tons of demonstrations. That's why we equal to 7,000, 8,000 videos. These are customers with that technology.
The host doesn't stay with you. Because without privacy in your vacation home.
That's my stuff right there. Beta testers, tons of them. That's the black technology that you call at the end of the day too dark to be seen. But do you know there's a history behind our black technology? It does. There's the beginning stage of that technology under the digital 4K Crystal Onyx. That's where it all started from. The technology we have now, it stands before us, came from that background right there. That's where it was engineered from. So before you were even thought of anywhere on YouTube, we were here first, and that's the technology that was on display. There's also the same technology that was recognized by Diamond Technologies over having potential. But then again, someone sitting in an apartment with no experience in home theater or basically projection screen technology is basically going to give their 2 cents on what our technology is all about. And at the end of the day, you know nothing and have nothing because, again, nothing backs you at the end of the day. You don't show anything at all. Nothing. No history. Nothing at all. We have a history on our products. You don't. We go that far back. So that's why at the end of the day, when I laugh about what you guys do, you don't know anything. I can go back and show you videos on the archives that go that far back. So before you even can talk and run your mouth about black technology, you don't even know our history on where we started from. And if you talk about your gray products aren't there. Like I said, I had major contracts under my company under gray products. You're not even on that level of our gray technology. This is all us, all beta testers, all us. And this is where that technology started from. That was a long time ago, a lot of work. I'm going to check out something over here. Let me see, I'm checking out them labels. I like how those labels are developed. I'll come out of here. Yeah. Can't get on that level that you can back your stuff. If you can't back your stuff, guess what? No one's going to buy it. That major distributorship contract I got sitting behind me, you got to be able to back your stuff. Can't get on camera doing this nonsense. They want to see it backed. So all that time you think you knew black technology, yeah, we had this stuff years ago. These are all our testers right here. Knock yourself, go through them. Every single demonstration that you guys do now, we did them already 10 years ago. That's how far back and how old your stuff is. In 2015 and 16, actually farther back than that. 2013, we had black technology. There it is right there. This is a product you claim you guys know so much about. You didn't know these, you don't even know anything at the end of the day. Nothing. But I can tell you about your products hands down because I can make your products. I used to make them. Let me see. Let me on the live. Digital 4K Crystal Onyx. So I went into that account because I wanted to get a look at the labels and how the labels were designed because I kind of forgot how I made them. And I'm talking to a graphic designer right now on setting up our new labels under the Black series.
I want to get a look at the labels and how the labels were designed.
Am I playing a video as I'm playing the video? I think I am. Hold on for a minute.
Graphic designer right now
Where am I here?
on
Yeah.
setting up our new.
I'm playing the video. I'm playing the video. So all that time you guys run out your mouths about how you know how black technology comes up too dark. You do know that our black technology literally has a history sitting behind it. This technology is the beginning of our black technology. And this is old stuff. Our stuff is far more advanced than this. So how would you know anything about black technology and how it functions if you don't know our history? These are the throwbacks of that technology. Interesting, isn't it? That it's coming up crystal clear here. What was this video dated back to? Good gracious. Let's see. Get a date on this thing. 7 years ago. 7 years ago, we had black technology right there. Years ago. So 7 years ago, this is the first beginning stages of our black technology. The reason why you don't know anything about it, because again, like I said, when we were making this stuff, you didn't even exist. So you can't slander something and talk trash about something that you didn't even know existed at the time. When you see it now, which is more advanced than what it was back then, this is something you tried to slander, which is kind of funny because we had this stuff before you guys ever existed. Like we had gray screen paint products before they ever existed. But I find that funny, isn't it? Ooh, that's a bit of egg on your face. So that's the technology. The beginning stages of our technology is supposed to be so dark you can't see it. But you don't know anything about this because you weren't around when we're developing this technology. So how would you know about it? You don't. Now, how would I know about your products? Well, I was making your products before you guys were around. I can show timestamps and dates that go back longer than your YouTube channels. And that's where I started from. So I know both. Yeah. That's why I warn people, before you start talking trash about someone's product, learn and learn to educate yourself on that person before you do that. I know your products because I made your products, and I made your products so well, my products, that if I watch a demonstration, I can tell exactly what's in the paint by the demonstration and how it reacts to the environment because we made so much of this stuff. Oh, jazz music on this now. Go back a little farther on this one. Let's go for another day. Oh, this was nice. He did anime on this one. Now, this time, when we were developing this stuff, we had people like Mississippi Man, ABS Forms, stuff like that. That's pretty much it. There's the black technology. You did all the videos. You claimed that's so dark no one can see it. That's the beginning stages of our black technology when we first started. It's crystal clear to me. See how screwed you are when we go to court? We have a history. We can go back to when we first started black technology under a company and show the results of it from other people that were testing it for us. And then go to the technology we have now, which is more advanced than what we had back then. Yeah, it's going to be rough. Yeah, it's going to be rough. This is why when we see y'all doing that stuff, we laugh at y'all because y'all don't know anything. At the end of the day, you'll know nothing. Grown men doing fake reviews on YouTube, mixing in black paint, trying to slander someone's hard work. At the end of the day, I can go back to my past and show you that our technology was working long before before they even knew that we ever existed. We were here. And these aren't my videos. These are people who are shooting these videos for us that were paying $500 to $700 for that technology because it worked 100%. Now I got companies right now for this technology we have. They already know our history on basically trying to buy my technology out before it hits the market. They know our history already. You guys don't know it because, again, you weren't even around. You weren't even thought of. Trying to buy me out before I hit the market.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go!
My company having a major distributor behind my back to push my product anywhere I need it to go is not good for them. There it is. Black technology right there. 7 years ago. So how is it possible? Like I said, we had this stuff 7 years ago, the first beginning stages of it. All these people were testing this product out, came up crystal clear, but when you guys got your hands on it, it comes up dark. Okay. What video was that with the McLaren? You knew nothing about black technology. And it shows you at the end of the day, all you are is just jealous. Because no one recognizes your products at the end of the day. This is right around the time under the digital 4K Crystal Onyx that we were developing darker technology to be able to compete with screens that were super black or close to black. You see that email address in there? What does this say? It says digital 4K Crystal Onyx. That's right around the time we first started developing technology to go against the diamond screen, black diamond. Can you guys show that kind of evidence at the end of the day on your products? You can't. Because your products are the same as they were 10 years ago. Nothing new. Do you see that technology right there? That's a 100% black screen at 7 years old. And this is the company that recognized our technology as being sorry to have woke you. As I stated, we are interested in looking into your product. It seems to have potential. This is why when you guys are talking all this trash, all we hear is blah, 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 blah. Because we got big corporations at the end of the day that recognize who we are. They don't know you, they know us. Because they can go back to history and they can see how far we're embedded in the technology we're developing. That's a 7-year-old product right there. It's outdated in our book. We don't consider it to be anything fantastic because the stuff we have is far more advanced than that. Did any big companies contact you guys saying, hey, look, your stuff? Nobody does.
If you're going big this holiday season,
These are all customers, beta testers. That's why we laugh when we see you guys mix and paint together and trying to do these fake reviews, trying to say this is how our products are. This is why you're still stuck in the same place and we're branching out. I can go back and show you my history and say, hey, look, this is where we're here, this is where we're there, this is where we're there, and you guys are still stuck in the same place because you can't back your products. So Screen Innovation was interested in our technology, and they knew our stuff had potential. We had a black technology, literally a black screen, compared to they had gunmetal. Then what makes you think at the end of the day that you are on my level? You're not. I keep explaining that to you. I never could understand why you guys do these, try to get that approval. It's like I'm the big papa, and you're trying to get my approval at the end of the day. You guys do these fake ambient light environments and these fake colors and contrast levels look ashy and washed out, and you're just constantly trying to get on this level. You can't get on this level because your product is outdated. That's the problem. That's a 7-year-old technology that's still more advanced than everything you have now. And that's why the big corporations don't contact you and don't acknowledge your existence because your stuff poses no threat. I just want to show you a little history on where black technology came from with us. We didn't just start this. You think naysayers that don't understand things at the end of the day, that one half of them thinks that all we had was black technology. No, where do you think I started from? I started on gray technology or gray screen paints way before I got into this field. So I was developing your products 10 years ago. And then I switched over to the D5K and D6K, were actually gunmetal technology at the time. And then from there, I went to straight black technology. And this is where we got around 2017, 2015, Diamond contacted us. So if they have acknowledged our technology is that good, and they're experts in the field, multi-million-dollar corporation, you sitting in an apartment, basically with half of 2 cents, again, your reviews at the end of the day are trash. Because as I said before, you got no weight behind you at all, period. None of y'all have any weight behind your products. So your opinion overrides Black Diamond. And you can't even beat that technology. But we can take it. We can take it enough basic at the end of the day, they will contact us saying our product has potential. They don't say that about your product because they can run over you with no problem with it. So they can steamroll your stuff easily. I've seen Diamond's technology. It is extremely good. And like I said, not a big fan. Not a big fan on how they treated us, but I do respect the technology they have developed. It is extremely good. That's why we consider it an honor if we go against one of their screens or to take down one of their screens. It's considered to be an honor because Diamond technology is very good. It's better than anything I've seen so far on the market. Gotta give the guy credit. Dedicated 11 years of his life into that technology. That's dedication. That's hard work. So am I jealous where he's standing at? Oh, heck no. He deserves to be there. Yes, he does. He worked to get there. He deserves it. Well, we belong up there too also because our technology is far more advanced. There is no hatred for Diamond at the end of the day. No, people, oh, you're no, I'm not jealous. You know, hatred toward them at all, period. I respect his work. I respect what he did. I just don't like their way they treated us in the end. But like I said, I do respect the time and grind that he put in to actually build that company. But we'll be there soon enough. I just want to make sure that he knows at the end of the day that our technology is far more advanced. And if he ever decides to develop a black screen, that would be most exciting. Because then I can bring out the more advanced versions of our technology and really show off what we're designed to do. Oh, I hope they do. I hope they do.
This video right here, I'm gonna get into the 4 different applications you can use with additional one Crystal Onyx black screen technology.
What game is he playing on here?
Samaritans rescue the teenage driver before the SUV goes up in flames.
He built that screen. The frame, see that aluminum frame? He built this frame right here. I wonder if he's still around. I would like to contract him through my company for designing frames, because man, he built this frame. He was a machinist. He worked with some company, but anyway, he built this aluminum frame. Had it drilled, holes, everything could slap together. The whole thing could be taken apart and put back together. Really good. He was really, really extremely good. I'm paying him a ton of money basically to design screens for us. I don't even know where this guy's at. There's no point in hiring, nobody wants to. I'm not going to track somebody down that way. That's just too weird. I'm just going to basically just leave it be. But wish I stayed in contact with him, because man, that would have came in handy. But I have to hire an engineer to do the work. But yeah, that's how black the screens were. So it just shows you at the end of the day, you know, the naysayers, I'm not going to mention your name on the videos, but you know who you are. By stating that our products are so dark, you can't even see them. You don't know anything about my past or where I all started from, because if that's the case, if my product came up that dark now, it'd have been the same thing back then with all the testers and people that were connected to that technology. It'd have been the same results. You guys just do that stuff at the end of the day, because again, it's all about jealousy. That's what it comes down to. Now we got him in there ranting about OLED TVs. Oh my goodness, you guys just, it's kind of like watching somebody just trying to stab somebody in the dark. You just, and they're just slashing back and forth hoping to hit something. It's sad. It really is. You still don't get it at the end of the day. Our products, you want to talk about us and OLED TVs. I'm in forum sites with OLED TVs all the freaking time. I go in there all the time just to show up our black screens. The reason why that people have OLED TVs, for people to spend the money for them, because they want that 100% contrast. They want a real 100% black level. You can't give them that on a gray screen. No matter how much money you think you're going to have to spend at the end of the day for a projector to try to produce a black level, you can't see it. An OLED TV, you can go and you can turn the lights on and it'll still produce black. A gray screen, you can't do that because you have to be in the dark to do it. And it's not even black at that. Again, it's shades of gray. More money you spend on the screen, the darker the screen, the better the shade you'll be able to pick up, or darker the shade off the projector. You still got to spend money. You hit that $3,000, $5,000 range quick with these big companies at the end of the day. And by the time you hit our technology, you don't even need it because, again, the screen's black. So what's the point? One of the things the guy sat there and said in the room about the OLED TVs, I can see a 100% black level. He's right on that. He can see a 100% black level. Gray and white screens can't do it, but our technology can see a 100% black level. That's why when the sun comes up, I can sit there and do a demonstration where I got light pushing down on my screen, and I can show you a star field demonstration. You can't do that on a gray screen. It won't pick up. And they don't want to be stuck in the dark. Every time I turn it on, I got to be stuck in the dark. I can't use it at certain times of the day because the screen might wash out on me. Yeah, that nonsense. So that's why they have OLED TVs. And on top of that, we're far cheaper than an OLED TV. I got customers that come in all the time and talk about, yeah, I was going to pull the trigger on an OLED, but when I seen how much money those things cost at the end of the day, now I'd rather just go out and get a projection screen. But the problem with the projection screen is they want 100% contrast levels. They don't want to spend the money for the projector to do that, and even if they spend the money for the projector, they still can't get the black level. Yeah, that's the way it is. But our technology allows you to do that. So trying to compare me to an OLED TV, number one, my screen produces a 100% black level. You can't. I produce richer, more higher colors. You can't because you got to calibrate. We don't calibrate over here. You require expensive projectors to fix what the screen can't do. I don't. My projectors on here, highest one costs $500. Got ultra short throughs down here cost $60. Yeah, just more affordable, some more better technology. That's all. And at the end of the day, with an OLED TV, which if you haven't heard and you don't understand about technology before you start ranting about OLEDs, at the end of the day, they have something called dead pixels. They also seen a couple of OLED and flat screen TVs, basically where the GPU can burn out easily on the back of the TVs because it's compressed against some plastic that's laying against the wall and there's very little airflow, which you need if you're running electronic components on the back of a TV. And I've seen people come in, turn on the TV and have sound but no video. On top of that, if your kids are in there running around throwing Matchbox cards, we've seen that too many times on failures on YouTube, where people shattering their screens and getting that weird effect across the screen. That's why when people are driving by and they see a big screen TV, we all done it, sitting out in the trash, and the first thing you think, oh man, why everybody throw this out? I'm just gonna go get this fixed. Yeah, and then you find out when you talk to the manufacturer, the screen costs more than what you paid for the TV. So you're just better off just buying another TV. Where my screen gets scratched or something happens, what do? I'm done. That's it. Finish. That's it. The TVs are crazy expensive. There's no way in the world. Most people are actually buying those TVs and now getting more and more projectors. People are buying projectors because they're getting that massive screen size. Try getting an OLED. This guy was talking about, somebody texted me about having a, he was gaming on a 70-inch. Are you kidding me? A 70-inch? My screen's 127 inches. A 70-inch? My outdoor backer screen was 250. You know, it's like watching a football game on a 250-inch screen. It is massive. My outside deck screen is 150 inches. And you're talking about a whopping 70 inches? Oh, wow. Well, yeah. That would be for my screens over here would be picture in picture for 70 inches. Not mocking those who have 70 inches, but when you have a TV and you say you have 70 inches and you paid how much for it, that's a lot of money to pay for something that's only 70 inches. And keep in mind, if you want to go larger, you have to pay for it. Projectors don't have that issue. We can go from 324 inches all the way up to 300 inches without paying more money. And since if you had to paint it on the wall, well, it's much easier. And keep in mind, instead of you paying the money to have somebody bolt brackets and punch holes through your wall, you can just zip, 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 paint on your wall, set up your ultra short throw projector, and be done. If you're talking about apps, not a problem. These discussions I have in these rooms with these guys, not a problem. You got Fire Stick, you got Apple TV, you got Amazon TV. Yeah, you can run the same thing you run off a TV. Big deal. Nothing new. So, thing about it is you come up with a 100% black screen just like an OLED. You're able to produce beautiful colors and contrast. You don't spend the money for a ton of money for a projector. For contrast, don't need that. Our technology is ambient light projection, so you can use it in a fully lit environment. Unlike your screens, you have to be stuck in the dark 24/7. And then on top of that, if I want to, I can take my screen outside and watch the game. You can't do that on a TV. Well, you can take a TV outside, but you know how much money an outdoor TV costs? They're $30,000. I think it's a what's the rich one on the worst? I've seen one guy say about $20,000 for outdoor TVs. And one of the comments the guy was talking about, oh, but they have glare. No, they have something called an anti-glare screen. That's what they have on the OLEDs. You're going to spend that much money for a TV, they're definitely going to have some kind of anti-glare system on it. And TVs are way too expensive. Way, way, way too expensive. And then on top of it, like I said, if they get damaged, I couldn't imagine having a freaking 80-inch TV and with a bunch of kids in my house running around. Oh, heck no. It's easy for a kid to go into a kitchen, get a metal spoon, and go boop, and there go your screen right there. Or your dog get overexcited because he's seen something walk across the screen that catches his curiosity, and he decides to jump towards your screen. You've seen that one happen multiple times too. Come out much cheaper with our product than basically paying the money for a TV. Let's see. Best Buy should have them. No, I should have them. If I want to get a 20-inch outside. I think these things are crazy outside TV. Let me see. Super high bright 4K. But this thing is not even outdoors. I look at all this stuff because I have to know all this stuff when I'm talking about it. I had some of the customers I contact and they talk to me about things and projects they're building outside. And the guy was like, do you know how much money they want for an outdoor TV? And I was like, how much? About $20,000, $30,000 for them. Oh, shoot, what's going on here? Should be playing some videos on this one right here. Yeah, I'm going to spend that kind of money for a TV. And God forbid somebody doesn't see it and find out exactly how much your TV costs. Decide to hop your gate and take your TV from you. And then it's a $30,000 TV sitting in someone's backyard. Think someone's not going to think twice or hop in your gate to take it. You'd be surprised. Might even be your next door neighbor that might do it. Tell you the truth, honestly. Oh, they got them at Best Buy? Really? So I'm here looking at these labels. I want to design my label. I want to do holograms, but I can do hologram labels for the 3D mapping paint. That's what I'm going to do with that. So let's see. Let's go with a size of, where do we want to go with the real big boys? Let's see. 75. So this is what you pay for a 77-inch. Did we just disappear from there? There we go. A 77-inch OLED TV. This is the price they're asking for. 77 inches. Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. Really? That's like way too much money. For 77 inches, that's not big at the end of the day. If you've been around projectors, 77 inches is not big because you're used to looking at a screen that's 4 feet by 7 feet all day. That's a 100-inch screen. So people have an average 100-inch screen, which 100 inches now an average projection screens. You go over somebody's house with a 77-inch TV, like, yeah, nice. Because your screen's much bigger when you go home. Your screen is literally 4 feet high and 7 feet wide. Understand this when I try to explain to people who have TVs. When you watch, you don't get 16:9. Only projectors get 16:9. You get 16:9 format. So it's formatted for your TV to give you that somewhat cinema experience. People have projectors, we actually get 16:9. It's not formatted, it is actual 16:9. We can also transfer to a 235.1 setting, which you can do on a TV. You know how much an OLED would cost? It was 235.1 aspect ratio. Yeah, it'd be extremely expensive, but you could do that on a projector. I could do that on a projector that cost me $150. Can't do that on there. Your screen size is going to go up in cost. If you're going to do 100-inch, you have any idea what a 100-inch OLED would cost you with a full, not aspect ratio compressed. I'm talking about a full 16:9, how wide that TV would be. Yeah, you're talking about a good maybe about close to about 100,000, maybe a little more than that. No, wrong mouse. So let's see. Whew, 83 inches? Are you kidding me? I don't look at this much, but this is funny to watch. 83 inches. You want to get an 83-inch OLED. Your price has now jumped to $4,800. Gee whiz Louise. That is just insane. You can get 4Ks for less than that. 4K projectors for less than that. Yeah. What else we got here? All right. We got one that's 4,000. All right. 4K OLED. Now, mind you, for if you have a gray screen, this is going to beat the crap out of your screen, because again, this can pull a 100% contrast level. And you can't do the OLED demonstrations on your screen in a fully lit environment and they're coming up gray and washed out. This TV is going to beat the crap out of you. Our technology pulls a 100% black level, so we can do the same thing that screen can do at the end of the day, and we can do it for far less. Look at the price tag for that one. $4,700, and I must say $4,800. Now, if I go out, if I want to basically outperform that screen, let's see, for around, I'd say about $4,000, I can walk off with an 8K Chrissy at $4,000. 8K, not 4K, 8K Chrissy. Venue for $4,000 easily. So you have your 83-inch screen at 4K, and I could walk off with probably between 4 and 5 easily with an 8K projector easily, or even 5K. I can walk off with that easily. And my screen size could be 200 inches in my home at a 235.1 setting, something you would never be able to achieve. And due to the fact that I can basically pull my screens up in fully lit environments, like I can project off the ceiling with lights on, shows you can have it in a fully lit environment with ease, with no problem. No calibrating, none of that nonsense at the end of the day. Mind you, we're used to using these projectors we have behind us. Imagine if I hit my screen with a real high-end projector, what we would get out of that screen compared to what we show in our demonstrations. That would be a cakewalk. And we did this before already. We did this comparison before. I had somebody in a forum site was talking about the OLED TVs there. Yeah, but hey, you find me an OLED TV today at just a minimum of 100 inches at doing a full 16:9 display for under $5,000. So you can find me one. Because I can do that easy at 100 inches on a 4K projector. Heck, I can go out and pick up the, I've seen that projector, the PX747 4K ViewSonic projector. I saw that projector going someplace for around like $1,600. 3,500 lumens. I used to have one of them. That's $1,600 for a 4K projector. And I can go in and set that up on a 100-inch screen, and I can do it at 235.1. I mean, you can't even do that for that price. It'd be too much money. I wonder how much a 100-inch OLED would cost. That'd be interesting to watch. I wonder if does any of them have a full 16:9 format. I've never seen them with 16. Do you have one? Which I'm kind of curious about that now. Let's see, real 16:9. Real 16.9. I gotta look this stuff up. I'm always curious about this stuff. 16:9 OLED TV. Pretty sure they got them. OLED TVs. I've never seen an OLED TV in 235.1. Have anyone seen one yet? I'm curious. Have anyone seen one in 235.1? OLED TV at 100 inches. 100 inches. See, that's when you buy a TV. It doesn't say 77 inches, 16:9, because they can't put the 16:9 in there because the TV isn't 16:9 aspect ratio. It's formatted that for movies. If the TV did do 16:9, then they would post 77 inches, 16:9, 16:10, 235.1. But they can't do that unless they have them. I mean, what we got, we find out. 100-inch OLED TV, 16:9. Good gracious. A 97-inch costs $25. Good. All right, I'm going to show you this right here. This is what you want, an OLED. Is it even an OLED? It's an LG. Is it saying OLED? They want $2,500. I think they might say $25 with the tax. $2,500 for a 97. Is it for? Yeah, it's 4K. 4K. So let me get this straight for the person who sent the comment. It's not 16:9 format. It doesn't have 16:9 format. Only projectors have that. So $2,500 $25,000. I'll say $25,000. My fault. It's $25,000. $25,000. And if you want to do a 4K, shoot, just go get the Optima GT, or we said Optima projector. That's around $33,000 to $3,000. That's 4K. That's laser 4K. You can get that right there at $3,000. You're still not putting a dent where that thing cost in the day. And that does a screen size of 120 inches. Format at 16:9, actually real 16:9 display. So our black technology and that projector right there, you would have a screen at 100 inches or 120 inches, a laser 4K projector that you won't need the contrast level. You can turn it off because the screen's black, but you'll be able to pull 100% black level. Well, in order for the person who says the OLED is good, you would have to go out and spend $25,000 for a 97-inch TV that's not even in a 16:9 format. If the person went out and got, there's a laser version of the ViewSonic, you get that, you could do 235.1. Heck, if you want to go crazier than that, they make a 5K by BenQ ultra short throw projector for around $6,000. I think that thing's like 5,000 lumens too. Yeah, it is about 5,000 lumens. Whew, man, mother creature's great and small. Let me see. My goodness, this is absolutely insane. I know TVs were expensive, but man, when I was coming up, you would never think a TV would cost $25,000. Oh, you better pray to God that no one cracks that screen. Remember, those screens get cracked. That's a high-end screen. You crack that screen, you know how much money that thing's going to cost you to fix? Let's see. If I was going to spend, that TV's about $25,000, right? You know, tax is going to probably charge you a little more for tax. You'll probably get $1,000 in tax. It's 4K only, right? That's what we're seeing, right? Only 4K. These are 8K laser projectors by JVC. You see the price tag they want for an 8K laser projector? $1,100. So that projector right there can do, an average projector does from 24 inches all the way to 300 inches. 300 inches. And I'm pretty sure that projector has a 235.1 or 239.1, because usually projectors of JVC and that caliber have multiple, and I mean multiple aspect ratio capabilities that a TV will never even have. Now, the downside, if you had that projector, if you were on a gray screen or white screen, you would still be plagued with the same nonsense. But with our black technology, well, that'd be a little different because, again, 100% contrast level, fully lit environments, and that screen looks absolutely incredible on 720p. Imagine what it would look like on this projector right here, being a laser 8K projector at $10,000 or $11,000. Let me look at the pros and cons there. 4K, $25,000 projector. I'm sorry, 4K, $25,000 TV. OLED 4K, or our black technology that runs for around, it runs for $473, paints the screen size to 160 inches, 160 inch screen, mind you, on a projector that's 8K. I mean, you're roughly under the price range of, with a projector being like somewhere between $11,000. So you're talking about $11,500, $11,473. This is the reason why when people post that whole TV thing, you don't do math at the end of the day. We can clearly tell you don't do math at the end of the day because it resembles on your products. That's why you don't know how to do math. That costs less than $25,000. Most that's going to cost you is in the range of $11,473. You have a 160-inch screen. You do 235.1. You do 16:9, 16:10. You know, there's a 15:9 on there. You probably have to switch between 239 and 235.1. And that projector right there does 8K, not 4K. And your screen size is going to be, well, biggest screen size we get out of our containers is probably around 160-inch screen. And I need to look at this projector because I told you I'm going to buy myself a really crazy advanced projector for show, and that's not bad for that price. Good gracious, are you kidding me? That's not a bad price. This would be a nice buy for basically going in and crushing the OLED TVs. Like, yeah, 4K? We got 8K over here. We know even y'all make 8Ks. But if a 4K, 25 for 4K at 97 inches costs you $25,000, imagine what an 8K is going to cost you. Woo! My goodness, that is going to be pitiful. What are we coming here? 8K? Oh, it has E-shift technology. What the freak? That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, people, I'm kind of lost in these specifications they have right here. HDR10 plus support. I like this. What's our... Oh, we got to look this up at Projector Central. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's beautiful. I always wonder what 8K would look like on one of our screens. I'm going to find out too soon. All right, well, that's basically about it. But yeah, the price comparison for TVs, man, are you kidding me? Having a near 100-inch TV set would cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. You come out cheaper with our technology. If you want to go on that high-end road of spending some real serious money and a real serious setup, and I guess he was in there bragging about a PS5. Good gracious, people. It's sad. I build PCs. You know that? I build computers. So yeah, I can build a computer that would make a PS5 look like a paperweight, which I'm actually planning to do since I figure exactly what kind of graphic card I want to put in. I mean, keep in mind, I've already known for a fact that they couldn't really get parts, and don't get me on gaming because I know so much about gaming it's not even funny, but the original PS5s that I think have something like an RTX 3080, I think they have 3080s in those, or 3070, somewhere in there. But anyway, the original ones have them, but the newer models of the PS4, which again, since COVID hit, it's kind of hard to get parts from NVIDIA. That's why the parts were so freaking expensive. And all other crazy stuff went on. They had to basically downscale the system, which means the system is not as powerful as the first launch generation. They actually scaled it down. On top of that, the system is plagued with all kinds of problems. On top of that, keep in mind, there's really not a lot of support for it because, again, I can't explain this enough. By now, the PS4 should have been gone. It should have been a $100 system. You go on Amazon, they want $480 for a PS4. It's still just almost as expensive as when it first launched. Which, since that system's been around for a while, it should have been gone by now. It should have, all support for it should have been completely dropped. If you notice, anytime they bring out a new hot hit game, it's ported over to that system also, because a majority of their money is coming from the PS4, not from the PS5. The PS5 had a really nasty launch. And keep in mind, scalpers went and bought all the systems up so nobody can get their hands on them. Systems had all kinds of hardware issues, like bricking left and right. So that always happens on the first launch on systems. And then the other half, when COVID hit, the majority of trying to get parts to build the system became almost nearly impossible. Yeah, that's something I definitely want to invest money in at the end of the day. No, I'll just build me a gaming PC. I get the same stuff y'all get at the end of the day anyway. And besides, at the end of the day, I can swap and upgrade my machine. If I want to put in 15 terabytes of solid state drive, I have that option. If I want to put in a Titan 5 video card, which is like a $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 card, somewhere 24 gigs of RAM, I can just put 2 or 3 of them bad boys in if I want. No, I'm good with PC. And on top of that, let me explain something to you, and not to be wrong to you console players, but Call of Duty with the keyboard and mouse is 10 times more accurate with the controller. So you know that. A lot accurate. This setup right here with the keyboard and mouse would wipe a controller easy with no problem. And again, I understand. I do both. I do console. I do all of them. But you have to understand, PC makes the games. Games don't make PCs. You know what I mean? If you understand your gaming system, your console system, the games aren't made on a console system. They're made on a PC. Interesting thing about it, the more and more these console systems start to evolve, it's like they're going full circle. Like they're going to turn around and look just like a PC. That's where you guys are hitting at. You're going full circles. If you look at the PS5, it looks like a mid-tower gaming PC. It just doesn't have all the lights and liquid cooling systems to keep it cool down. You can't change out parts and stuff. It's kind of like a watered-down version of a desktop PC. But y'all keep advancing and keep advancing. Sooner or later, you're going to see these console systems with all kinds of liquid cooling systems to keep them from overheating and burning out. And that's how you're getting closer and closer. And sooner or later, you're going to come full circle to being a desktop PC. And then what are you going to say then? But no, I'm not impressed by the PS5 at all, period. And again, if you want to run VR, you can't run a G2s, and you can't run the Index 2 off a PS4. Even the VR system they have, where is it? It's not even around yet because, again, just really not a lot of people playing that system. But like I said, if you have one, hey, good luck to you. Enjoy and all that. But to be jealous over it, no, I build PCs, so, different category. So I can't wait to build the new one I'm putting together. Oh, I can't wait. That thing is going to be so freaking sick. On top of that, we can model cases out too. I don't know if I'm going to do a torture rack case, which I was thinking about doing, but the problem with torture rack cases, they consume too much dust and too much dirt, and it's constantly cleaning them. And I don't understand how people do PCs with like 20 or 40 fans sitting up there. Number one, those things get noisy at the end of the day. Sounds like you got a jet engine going up underneath your desk. And then if you have the filters on them, of course, it makes it easier because you can just slide out the filters, take a toothbrush with them, and just scrub them down and clean them. That's a lot of filters, especially when you got like 8 or 9, 120 millimeters and 140 millimeter fans all running at the same time. Now, you just better just go liquid cooling system, just daisy chain a nice liquid cooling system through it. You don't hear jack. Of course, you're going to have to put some kind of, you're going to keep maintenance on it. You're going to have to put some kind of, I forgot the name of that stuff, but it cleans up corrosion that may build up inside of your pipes, because you can have that too. And then you have to have these little tiny, these, I forgot the name of them, but they're like these little tiny, like little fans, but they go inside it. They make the flow of liquid travel a lot more smoother, so it makes connection to all the different areas you're going to be daisy chaining it's at. Because you can run liquid cooling off freaking RAM, you can run it off the CPU, GPU, you can run it off just about everything. You can run even off hard drives. They got cases that will actually connect in with a copper block that you can actually run your liquid cooling fluids right through. That's for another time, but we're going to build a couple of them. I'm actually going to be building me a something a little bit more interesting. I did a couple of them with a vegetable cooled tanks, which I do like doing the veggie oils, but I'm going to do something a little bit more complex. I'm going to do a full-size liquid cooling system submerged under vegetable oil, which is going to be sick, but I think I should go with mineral oil this time when I design it. So I have to make sure when I build this thing that it, put it this way, and you do vegetable oil PC setups, you got to max out your boards, because you do not want to go stick your hand in there and go pull something out and just leave it the way it is. I like building those. And we're going to build, oh man, that would be cool. A vegetable oil compressed torture chamber would be sick to design, but you'd have to have an ATX motherboard to put that together. You know, anything too big. And you can't find cases for those. You have to build those. Oh, the joys. The joys, the joys. All right, people, I got to get out of here. I got a ton of paperwork to do. I have no idea what I came on here for. Whatever. We just talk about everything, don't we? Yes, we do. Having the back to you. All right, people, I got to go. I got things to do. I got a bunch of paperwork I got to fill out. I'm still going through my forms for my safety material data sheets. I got to get all that done and get that finished. I got to call over here with this office so I can get and see exactly what's going on with my copyrights, because I can't finish the paint labels without the copyrights on them. And we can't design any of the merch that we're building for the website. We're going to build all kinds of cool stuff with on cups. We want our freaking calendars. I want everything with that name splattered all over it. And the reason why, because we're going to have freaking gift boxes that we give out to companies so they can test our products out, see how they like them. All right, well, that's being said, yeah, gotta get back to work. Enjoy your lives and have fun, people, because right now I got to get to work. I got a lot to